कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलं वाल्मीकिर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं कोणयायिति परां गतिं यद्विपन् सततं राम चरितामृतसागरम् अदृप्तं मुनिं वन्दे प्राचेतस कल्मषम् गोष्पदीकृतवारीषां मशकीकृतराक्षसां रामायण महामाला रत्नं वन्दे नीलात्मजम् अञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं जानकी शोकनाशनं कपेशमक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करम् उल्लङ्घ्य सिन्धो शलीलं यशोकवन्गिं जनकात्मजायाः साधवतेनैव तथा कलङ्कं नमामि तं प्राञ्जलेराञ्जनेयम् आञ्जनेयम् अधिपाटलाननं काञ्चनादिकमनीय विग्रहं पारिजाततरुमूलवासिनं भावयामि पवमाननन्दनं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र तु समस्तकाञ्चलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमद राक्षसान्तकं मनोजवं मारुतितुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि श्रीराघवं दशरथात्मजम् अप्रमेयं सीतापतिं रघुकुलान्वयरत्नदीपम् आजानुबाहम् अरविन्दतलायताक्षं रामं निशाचरं विनाशकरं नमामि आपादम् अपरहर्तारं धातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमामि केनोपायेन लघुना विष्णु नाम सहस्रकं पठ्यते पण्डिते नित्यं श्रोतुमिच्छाम्यहं प्रभु श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने हरे कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Srimad Ramayanam, Valmiki Ramayanam has 6+1 cantos, volumes. The first one is Balakanda, is the Janma, the birth of Lord Ramachandra, appearance of Lord Ramachandra, Bharata, Lakshmana, Shatrughna is being explained very nicely and elaborately. And in that same Balakanda, Rama get also married to Sita. Bharata get married to Mandavi. Likewise, other brothers also get married. Now, after the end of Balakanda, Valmiki says the life is so nice, everything was going very nicely. Married life, as always it happens. Initially, married life is very interesting and very nice. And there was an invitation came from Bharata's maternal uncle, Kaikeyi Desha. From there, he got an invitation to come and spend some time with him, his grandfather, on the mother's side, grandfather, and so forth. And that is how the second kanda starts. That's how it starts. Bharata is preparing himself and getting ready to go to Kaikeyi Desha to spend some time. That is 12 years. He was away from Ayodhya for 12 years. After that, Valmiki goes into this first sarga of the second kanda. Sarga, you can consider to be a chapter. In the first chapter of Ayodhya kanda, that's how it starts. And then Valmiki starts glorifying how Lord Ramachandra is a hero. And no one can ever find another hero equal to that hero. And this is exactly what Valmiki also was interested in the starting of Valmiki Ramayana. Tapaswadhyaya niratam tapasvik vagvidambaram Naradam paripapracha Valmikir Munipungabam. Valmiki, as soon as he saw Narada Muni, he asked, Konas means Sampradam Loke, Gunavan Kaschaviyan, Dharmaknyacha Kritagnacha, Satyavakyo Dhidavitaha, Charitrena Koyuktaha. He goes on with who is that person who has these qualities? And he mentions 16 qualities. 16 qualities. Doesn't mean that that God only has 16 qualities. These are primary qualities. So he says, who is that person? Sri Sri Krishna Balaram Nitai Gaur Nataraj. Who is this person who has these qualities? Sampradam Loke. And that person has to be present now, not in the history. Not in the history. He should be present now. And he should be one among us. There are conditions to his question. Whenever we say someone about greatness, about someone, yeah, in history, this person was there, he's so great. Well, not in history now. Oh, the qualities that you're talking all only present in God, not in God, in human. So here's a condition that he puts. And then Narada gives who that person is, reveals who that person is. And those things are elaborated very beautifully by Valmiki in this particular sarga. Very nice sarga, first chapter of Ayodhya Kanda. And please refer to it in detail. And that is what we are going to see today. How Lord Ramachandra is a great hero. How those things, and for one more just note, as we are going through this one, the qualities of Lord Ramachandra, we should not start thinking, oh, he is God. What's the big deal about God is having these qualities? When someone is already great, then we always say, he is great, I'm not great. And he is in such a position. And especially when we try to talk about God's qualities, and for us, we should not think in this manner that he is God, therefore he's having all these qualities. That's not the message for us. The message is to aspire to have some of those qualities, some of those qualities. And that is why Lord Ramachandra appeared as Manusha, a human. He did not appear as Krishna. That's a big difference between Krishna and Rama. Krishna appeared as God. Krishna appeared as God. Lord Ramachandra appeared as a human. As a human. Therefore, we should always aspire. Therefore, he set an example how a human should be. And Ramayana is all about, if we speak about Ramayana, what is Ramayana's main purpose of Ramayana? Many has some different opinions about what it is for. But for people like us, the main purpose of Ramayana is simply character building. It's all about character building. You see the conversation that takes place in the entire Ramayana between Dasaratha and Vishwamitra, and then Vashishta and Dasaratha, and the conversation between Rama and Lakshmana, conversation between Kaikeyi and Mantra, conversation between Dasaratha and Kaikeyi, conversation between Rama and Lakshmana, Rama and Sita, conversation between so many conversations, Samvada, many conversation happens in Ramayana. And each and every conversation can be are loaded with so much of information for us to cultivate some good qualities, good behaviors. It's all about character building, behavior building, all those things all about and what is there in Ramayana. So as we are reading through the slokas, I'm going to do it a little different today. Usually we get into the story format, tell stories and stories. And you're all very well versed in Ramayana. So for me to tell story is not going to be of much of maybe not interest for you because you know everything in Ramayana. So what I thought I will do today is going to go sloka by sloka, read the sloka, recite the slokas, and then spend few minutes on each of the slokas. There are slokas in the in the first sarga of Ramayana, second canto, starting from the ninth sloka onwards. If anyone are on the online want to refer, you can refer. Ninth sloka onwards to the 30th sloka, 31 slokas, 31st slokas. It's all about Valmiki explaining why Rama is a hero. Why Rama is. For us also, we may be having some role models, some heroes before coming into Krishna consciousness. For me, Rajinikanth, the movie actor, was a hero. Wow. So some of you may not know who that was. He was a great hero. So anyone speaks anything about him wrong, I get upset. I get angry. I was a school boy and in my fifth grade, sixth grade. And therefore, people know how to make me happy. They bring some chocolates or candies and cookies and give them and talk about this hero. Now years have passed. When I look back and see that hero how he is now, it's it's different. It's different. It's totally different. I was thinking about how funny it was and how crazy people were on this movie heroes. And there are other people who like sportsmen, sports, right? Who were the great sports person. They may have the he that person as a hero. And if someone is a musician and a music in a and uh, uh, there's different they release different albums, and they have their posters, big posters, life size posters in their rooms, and they worship that hero. So you see all the heroes around. But if when we read, and sometimes people think that heroic act is where you go and fight with someone. You fight with someone, and that person becomes a hero. He jumps from one building to another building. And then I was, unfortunately, when you see in the this YouTube and something, someone was sending me forwarded a video of a movie, Telugu movie, and it was so unbelievable. I might have told this one. I couldn't believe this hero could do this one. The villain shooting is a Telugu movie. A villain is shooting and the bullet is coming like this. It's so precisely the cameraman has taken this video nicely. The job, the bullet is just coming, coming. It's going to shoot that hero, and then it's coming close to hero, and the hero turns and catches the bullet between his teeth, like this. He holds the bullet like this, and then spits out, saying, "This is nothing for me. This is nothing. This bullet is nothing for me." My God, he must be using some very special toothpaste to be so strong. The teeth are so strong, and how can he catch hold of the bullet? Right? That he becomes a hero. I don't know whether he real time he can do that or not, but that's hero. And that hero later becomes a politician. He becomes a chief minister, then he becomes a prime minister, and that's how we all function. How we elect the stars. A politician is based on how many movies they have done, how many fans they have. Now, the hero concept of Valmiki is quite interesting, and let's get into that one. Ready?
Yes.
But the first sloka is so very beautiful. It's a philosophical sloka. I want to recite that one and then move on, jump to the ninth sloka, which is where Rama's quality has been described. And I don't know how many verses we can go through. Each and every sloka is so beautiful. But let's get started with the first sloka of second canto, first sarga. Gacchata matula kulam bharatena tadanagaha shatrugno nitya shatrugno nita priti puraskrataha. Beautiful. How Valmiki as a kavi is being explained by his expert way of writing this verses. Gacchata matula kulam. Gacchata. The second canto is called Ayodhya Kanta. Ayodhya Kanda is starting with the first letter called Gacchata. Gacchata means to go, to leave the place and go to from one place to another place. Leaving, I'm getting up from here and going over there to Prabhupada. Gacchata, from one place A to place B. Source to destination. Gacchata. Interesting how Valmiki is revealing what's going to happen in this Kanda Ayodhya, that everyone is going to leave. Gacchata Matalakulam. Who's leaving first? Bharatena Tata Anagaha. Bharatena. Bharata is getting ready to leave. Matulakulam is mother's side maternal family who's living somewhere else outside the country. Different. So he was ready to leave. What does Valmiki is trying to tell us is Gachata, Bharata is going to leave. Now, following Bharata, Shatrughna is going to leave with Bharata. The story not ends there. Now, Rama is going to leave because Rama is leaving. Lakshmana is going to leave because Rama is leaving. Sita is going to leave because Rama left Ayodhya. Dasharatha is totally going to leave. Is totally going to leave and go back to this heavenly plane. Because these things leave, Dasharatha leaves, Rama leaves, Ayodhya Vasis also leaves their happiness. The whole entire Ayodhya, Gachata, the happiness is gone, Ayodhya. Ayodhya. When we get a chance later, we will see how Ayodhya is. For Ayodhya itself, there is one sarga has been dedicated. How beautiful Ayodhya is. So we'll see that later. That's not the topic for today. So Ayodhya is such a wealthy, happy city, and the happiness is completely going to go away. So these are the hints that Valmiki is giving. Gachata matala kulam, bharatena tada anaghaha. Anaghaha means one is goes, and then when he goes, nita means he takes something and goes with him. This is a very beautiful thing. This is where our philosophy comes. Nita means to take. Now I'm coming into the temple. Okay, I'm coming to the temple. As I'm going, I'm taking the hundi and going with me. If I'm taking the hundi and going with me, just for the sake of understanding, is not to say my position or anything here. Is anyone is going to stop me here? It's me coming and taking the hundi, I'm walking out. Is anyone going to stop? Prabhu, no. You cannot steal. You cannot take the temple. Anyone is going to tell this? No, it's me. Today, as of today, I can do that. Tomorrow, I may not be able to do this one, right? But someone is coming from the slough, one boy is coming. He had nice prasad. While he's going, he's taking undi and going. You're going to say, hey, no, Lal Gopal took yesterday. No, this guy is taking today. Yesterday, I didn't ask the question. Today, I'm not going to ask the question. Will you do that? No. Why? Why you did not ask me the question? Why you're asking the question to someone else? I am authorized. I can say, just for the sake of understanding, it's nothing as truth in this. That's my property. Just it's not my it's Prabhupada's property, Krishna's property. I'm just to make it understand this whole thing. I think that belongs to me. So I'm taking and walking out. Right? But that doesn't belong to the slough guy. Now listen to this particular line, what has been, how carefully Valmiki is written. Nita prati puraskritaha. Nita prati puraskritaha. He says that Tata anagaha Shatrugno, Nitya Shatrugno. Shatrugna did not know until I'm coming with you, Bharata. Bharata took him and went. You can take and go something like my watch, my cell phone, my car, my suitcase. I can take and go. When you're having an object, you take and go. It belongs to you. Like that, Bharata took Shatrugna like an non-sentient object. Took and went. And Shatrugna had nothing to say. I'm not coming. It's your maternal uncle. Why should I come? He didn't say any of these things. He, without saying anything, he just went with Bharata. What's the message for us from this one is, this is a consciousness that we all have to develop, how surrendered we are in our Krishna consciousness to Guru, Krishna, and to the authority. When we've been told, Prabhu, go and do this one, that's when we'll have hundreds of ideas to come. I plan to come to say how we should not do that particular item. I have this problem, I have that problem, I can do this one, I can do this one, etc., etc. But the real devotee is one who is ready to be placed in any situation. You do this service today, tomorrow you do that one. Change. I am here to do service, that's all. I don't care about what type of service is that. No, in companies you do, they'll have a problem. You'll have a problem. You've been hired for some particular job and you change that job to something else. Then you may have a question. Why are you doing this one? I'm not skilled. But in the Krishna consciousness, the skills and everything comes from Krishna provides. What is that sloka? Krishna says, Ananya chinta yantomam yejana pariyupasate tesam nityabhiyuktanam yogam kshemam vahamyaham. I will give I will preserve what you have. I give what you lack. Therefore, that's how we all function in Krishna consciousness. I remember that one time Prabhupada was talking to someone, as devotee who just joined the movement 1 week back. He said, tomorrow Bhagavatam class will be given by you. 1 week, he just joined 1 week back. Yes, tomorrow Bhagavatam class you give. Prabhupada, I don't know anything. What? I just joined 1 week back. Do you know who is Supreme Personality of Godhead? And that person said, Krishna. Speak about it. That's a class. Speak about how great Krishna is. Over. So that's the first sloka, Gachata. And then this sloka, the acharyas have elaborated so much of explanation on what Shatrughna means, what Nitya Shatrughna means, all those details, but we won't be getting into that particular level here. Now I'm going to skip to the ninth sloka. This is where Valmiki explains the qualities of Lord Rama and tells how he is the hero. No one else can become hero close to him. Sahirupo pavanascha वीर्यवान अनुसूयकः भूमो अनुपम सूनोर गणैर दशरोत्पमः. He says that Rama is Rupa Papannas. Rupa Papanna means is so beautiful. Is so beautiful. The beauty is something in Rama everlasting. As we may be very handsome when during our younger period in our college, when our youth and in colleges and so forth. And then as we progress in our age, the beauty goes away. However handsome you are, it all changes. Right? But Rama was not like that. He's beautiful. Even when he was 6 years old, 12 years old, 24 years old, 40 years old, after he came back from the forest, that time also he was very handsome. He was handsome. And he was ruling the kingdom for 11,000 years. 11,000 years. And he was handsome. So he was very beautiful. Viryavan, Anusuyakaha. Anusuyakaha means he is not envious. He is not envious of anyone. You know what envious means. We don't need to tell what it means. Right? Anusuyakaha. Bhumo Anupaha Sunor Ghaner. He says he is equal to his father. He is equal to his father. Now, his father is Dasaratha. Valmiki is using is equal to his father. He can be compared to his father. But then how can Rama, who is Supreme Personality of God, it can be compared to a mortal being like Dasaratha? How can you compare? Therefore, Acharya gives an explanation to this particular term, which is Dasaratotpamaha. Dasaratotpamaha means Dasaratha. Opama. Dasa means, there's another meaning for dasa. Dasa means a bird. In this context, that bird is Garuda. Ratha means chariot. That's the Ratha. Dasa means 10. We know that. Dasaratha, the meaning of Dasaratha means one who can ride the chariot in 10 different directions. All different directions. Therefore, his name is Dasaratha. Here in this context, Dasa means Garuda, the bird. Ratha means chariot. Upamaha means one who has the Garuda as a chariot or a vehicle is equal to that person. Rama is equal to that person, which means he is equal to himself, Narayana. That's how beautifully it's been said. Now he goes into another sloka, the 10th sloka. Sachanityam prashantatma mrudupuram tu bhashate uchyamanopi purusham notaram paritapapyate. It says here, now, we will hear several times this particular concept of how one has to be speaking to others. The speech. The speaking ability is an art which can bring people close to us, or it can chase away people from us. How we say this one. Therefore, one devotee, I can't remember who it was, he was just telling that even if you want to say someone go to hell, tell it in such a way that they're ready to go to hell. They're happy to go to hell. That's how you have to present. If you want to say something, that's an art. So that's what it says here, that Rama is so skilled in speech. He knows how to speak without hurting others. He knows how to speak respectfully. That's all there. And this particular character, Valmiki repeats in several slokas. Because we are in constant interaction with people. Either we speak, we hear. So therefore, it's very important how we should speak. Even when Kaikeyi spoke harshly to Rama, he was not upset. He was not showing you just, can you please, Kaikeyi, can you please shut up? Be quiet. You don't say anything to me. I know. That's how we try to react to the situation when someone triggers us, someone says something to us, which we don't like to hear. Immediately our ego comes forward and says, Even if you don't present it verbally, inside you think, Krishna Balaram Sai Gaur ki Jai. Therefore, Rama was not like that. He was very careful in what he present, what he speaks. The word that comes out of the mouth is much more sharper, or can affect an arrow, a sharp arrow, because the arrow which wounds us can be cured by some medicine. But the words that comes out of our tongue, it's very hard to find a medicine to heal it. It stays within us for rest of our life if someone says something to us badly. Okay? Therefore, we don't want to hurt anyone in any ways. So next one is sloka number 11. Katamchit upakarena kritena kena tushyati nasmrti upakaranam shatam api atma vartaya. He was very, very self-disciplined, very disciplined, and very determined in what he performs. Rama. Determination is very important factor for anyone's success in life. We can't just say take resolution on January 1st. From today onwards, I'll come attend Mangalarti. And then we'll attend 3-4 days. And fourth day, we'll find a reason why we don't want to attend Mangalarti. Or someone say that from today onwards, I'll chant attentively and whatever we all take. But Rama was not like that. When he commits to something, he stands there. He doesn't change his program at any cost. Very self-disciplined person. Very self-disciplined. We may want to find discipline in others, but are we disciplined is the first question. Prabhu, you have to be very disciplined. You have to come on time. You have to do this one. I have to do this one. And what about you? What about you? So Rama was not just, he's setting an example as very self-disciplined person. And that has been told over in this particular sloka. Next one is, now, how is that Rama has such a wonderful qualities? As I told you in the starting, please forget until the end of this class that Rama is absolute supreme personality of God. He is a human like us. Just understand, otherwise we cannot appreciate these qualities. Okay? Now, how is that Rama developed such wonderful qualities? It could be because of someone may have good qualities because of their karma vasana from the previous life. They have been so, therefore it's coming. Or they're brought up in the family. Parents are very good, therefore children are naturally good. It could be the opposite also, by the way, based on the karma. But in general. So how is that Rama had this wonderful, beautiful qualities? Where did he cultivate these qualities from? That comes in the 12th sloka. Please listen where he gets his qualities from. Shila vriddhir, jnana vriddhir, vayo vriddhir sa sajjanaihi, katayam asta vainitya, astra yogantara shapi. 3 places he get to learn the good things. 3 places. First one is Shila vriddhir. Second one is Jnana vriddhir. Third one is Vayo vriddhir. Vriddhir means one who is elderly or aged or matured in some subject matter. Vriddha. Srila Vidya means one who's matured in their behavior. Those who are well behaved, good conduct, good character. So he always try to be with such people who has good qualities, good character. So this is something also we have to teach our children, right? How to find friends in their life. Not anyone and everyone can become friends. Therefore, we have to find friends of good character and character which we don't have. We don't have. There are many characters, good characters that we may not have. Then we identify this devotee. Oh, from this devotee, let me associate, so that by associating with the devotee, let me try to develop determination. By associating with this devotee, let me develop how to be humble. By associating with this devotee, let me see how can take up and be strong and do all the service without any expectation. From this particular devotee, how can I be enthusiastic, irrespective of whatever the age may be? With this particular devotee, given any situation, let me be strong in what I'm practicing. Like that, we just try to develop this friendship with devotees to cultivate these different qualities, character. And jnana vriddheres, we have to be associated. Rama was associating with those who are well versed in the scriptures. Jnanam, knowledge, very well versed in the scriptures. He was always with one thing that we should always look for. This is what we have to look for. Uh, the person should be happy. How they say it? Yeah, the person should be happy comparing the people who are lower than them in material life. The person should be striving by seeing the people who are higher above them in the knowledge. We have to strive to be like those people who are higher in knowledge, and we are hankered for that. And we should never feel sad of what we don't have. Rather, we should be happy seeing there are other people who are much more not well to do. So I'm much better here. We should be happy in that sense. We should not think that those rich people are like that. I'm like this only, right? And we should not think that I'm better knowledge than this person. He only knows one chapter. I already know 3 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. It's not like that. It's a reverse, as they say, this ulta. We have to be seeing of those people who are much more knowledgeable, and we want to be like them. And we should we should not be satisfied with our knowledge. That's the point. We should not be satisfied with our knowledge. We have to cultivate more knowledge, and we should be completely satisfied with our material life compared to people who are much more lower than us. That's a way of secret to be happy in our life. So jnana vriddhir. Vayo vriddhir means we have to be always in the association or take the blessings of aged people, seniors by age, because they can teach us the tradition. They can teach Sheila Vriddhir, we can learn from them the conduct, the behavior, character. Jnana Vriddhir, we learn knowledge from them. And Vayo Vriddhir, we can learn the tradition, because they've seen many generations. They will tell you, no, this is not we are supposed to do on Ekadeshi. Here's a situation in my life. I'm in the hospital. What I'm going to do? Can I fast or do not fast? The doctor is telling you have to take medicine. Vayovidyar will come. The senior age devotee will come and tell, this is what in the situation this is what you have to do. There are always certain things you can adjust and do things. So Vayovidyar can tell this one. So Ramachandra was having all this association very nicely. And then the 13th sloka, Buddhiman Madhura Bhasi Purvabhashi Priyam Badaha Viryavancha Viryena Mahatasvena Vismitaha Purvabhashi Madhura Bhashi Buddhiman. Buddhiman means he's very intelligent. His intelligence cannot be compared to anyone else. He's a very intelligent person. And when we are going to see when we are intelligent, there's another things comes. We'll see about that later. Madhura Bhashi. Madhura Bhashi means Madhuram, sweet, nectarian. The way that he speaks is so nectarian, very sweet to hear. You can keep on hearing to his speech. Keep on hearing to his speech. Purvabhashi, politically also is very strong. Political science, he knows that also, and he knows how to speak politically also. Politically does not mean take advantage of others. We always think political means he's very political Prabhu. Devotees talks like this. Prabhu is very political Prabhu. But here, Ramachandra was political. That's what is a Purvabhashi. Purva is politically, he can speak very nicely. Not like the politicians of this world where they can promise something and do nothing. Or they speak in such a way that attract people to get elected as a president or mayor or whoever it is. That's not what it is. Politically speaking means he know how to nicely convey the message as per the Shastra. As per the Shastra, not for his own what is it? Selfishness. Not for his selfishness. There's no any selfish factor involved when he speaks like this. So that's another point to be understood. Now, Mahatasvena Vishmitaha. Now, Rama was extremely intelligent. He was able to speak nicely. He was able to think nicely. How is it possible for him to do all these things? How can we develop such things? We go back to the previous sloka. We associate with Shila Vriddhir, Vayo Vriddhir, Jnana Vriddhir. As we associate with such people, we also can develop such characters, behaviors. Along with this, very important practical thing is our intake. What we eat is what we are going to be. Therefore, we have to be very careful. We eat prasadam. We eat food that is offered to prasad, offered to Krishna. Therefore, food is going to purify us. Prasadam will purify our consciousness, our thought process. So that's on that. Let's moving on to the 14th sloka. Another one is Na Chandre Kato Vidyan Vriddhanam Pratipujakah Anuraktaha Prajabhischa Prajaschapi Anurajyate. He says, na chantra kato vidwan vriddhanam pratipujakaha. Now he says, Rama does not get involved in useless talks. He doesn't waste his time in talking unnecessary things. Again, about talk, speech. He doesn't waste his time in talking unnecessary. If he finds that this talk is not related to anything in my life, is not going to help me, then he just quits the place. Says, Haribol Prabhu, see you later. I have something else to do. I'll come back later. So he doesn't get involved in any useless talk. He doesn't do that one. And he always honors the elderly people and citizen, everyone loved him so much. That is sloka 14. And 15 sloka. Shanu krosho jita krodo brahmano pratipujakah dina dinanukampe dharmagno nitya pragrahava suchihi. Now it's beautiful. Sanukrosho. Sanukrosho means very, very compassionate. Rama was very compassionate. If I say, I'm telling Prabhu, how's everything at home? Before coming to the temple, I gave milk to my daughter and came. She was very hungry. And you're telling that, Lal Gopal Prabhu, you're very compassionate. My daughter was hungry. She was crying. I took time and gave her a milk and came, and the world is praising. Wow, what a compassion. Yes, what a compassion. Right? Is that compassion? It's my duty. It's not, no man, compassion. That's not called compassion. Shanukrosha. It's not compassion. It is my duty that I did. If I don't do that, that I'm failing as a father. Compassion. Now, as I gave milk to my daughter, I'm coming out. I have to be in that temple by this time. When I'm coming out, my neighbor child is crying. And the parents are busy something, they're doing something else. And I saw the baby is crying for milk. That time, duty comes to me. I have to be at the temple to give a Ramayana class by 7:30, which is important. Service to the temple is important. Let me run. I came here. But that duty did not appear to my daughter when she was crying. It only came to me, to my neighbor's child. Make sense? So if I had given milk to the neighbor's child, that is compassion. In one sense, that is also actually a human duty, to be very frank. Right? But anyway, for us to understand, that is compassion. And what I did for my daughter is my duty. Lord Ramachandra was compassionate to anyone and everyone. And then he was worshipping the Brahmanas who are well versed in the scriptures. Here is the beautiful thing. Valmiki says, Jita Krodho. Krodha means, you all know. Krodha means anger. Jita Krodha means Jitendriya. Bhagavad Gita also says, conquered. Jitendriya. Jita means to win over. Jitendriya means one who has conquered the senses. In Bhagavad Gita, we read this one. Jitendriya. Jita Krodha means one who has conquered the anger. He controls the anger. In our case, it is reverse. Anger controls us. We are controlled by the anger, whereas in Rama's case, Rama controls anger. When he says, come here, anger will come. When he says, go, anger will go. For us, anger will make us slave. For any simple thing, we'll get so easily get angry. So very, and sometimes people are, I know that sometimes people are very proud of being an angry person also. Yeah. Oh, yes. They're very proud of being very, because they've been praised by other. Oh, he's very angry person. Then that becomes like a glorification for this person. I was talking when I was in India. One of my uncle was telling he was just in some reason he was just having a big argument with another person, very high pitch voice. He was having an argument. I was trying to pacify this person, my uncle. And then after everything was gone, that person was gone, and then my uncle was telling that wherever there's anger, there is guna, good qualities. That means they are that's what his point. His point was, if you're showing anger, you have a guna. Guna means you care for that person. Therefore, you're showing an anger. That was interpretation he said he had. Then I told him, uncle, very nice you're saying. Let me reverse what you said. Wherever guna is there, anger will never come. If you have a good qualities, then anger will not come. Then he said, you have a point. Then he went away. Right? So, but in Rama's case, Jita Krodha, the anger is fully under his control. He is not under the control of anger. 16th sloka. Now, Kulochita Mattihi Shatram Dharmam Swayam Bahu Manyate Parayakritya Magat Swarga Palam Tataha. Rama was very, very duty bound. Now we saw compassion already. Now we are talking about his duty. He is very, very duty bound. He is, when he comes to office, he only does office work. In office, he does not start chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. He doesn't check and start doing things. This is all a lesson for all of us, right? How Rama was. He's been given 8 hours of job. He will be dedicated to do that 8 hours of job. Nothing else. Very focused. Very, very focused. That is, he proves that how one should follow the Varnashrama Dharma, Varna and Ashrama Dharma, Kshatriya Dharma. He was following the Kshatriya Dharma very nicely. Because, believe it or not, by following the Varnashrama Dharma, following one's duty, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, what is it, sloka, which says, Krishna says that do your duty without expectation, don't fail to do your duty. In the third chapter, anyone remembers it? Karmanevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadakshana. Krishna says that do your duty, never fail to do your duty. That's what Rama was exhibiting over here also. Right? So by doing one's own duty without any expectation, without name and fame, believe it or not, that person becomes eligible to attain moksha. That person becomes eligible to attain moksha by following Varnashrama Dharma. So therefore, Rama was very, very well aware of these things. The next 17 sloka, Nashriyese rato vidvan, na vriddho katharuchihi, utrato yuktahacha, vakta vachaspate riyata. He says the Rama was not attached to any of useless activities. He doesn't do any useless activity. If he's doing something, it has some productivity. It's going to help everyone. That's how he does any activity. It does not get engaged in any useless activities. Sometimes we see, even for example, Rama, when he sits, it doesn't even doesn't even shake his legs like this, which is useless activity. What is the use of doing like this? Shaking, right? He doesn't do that. That's a useless activity. He doesn't do that. Now going to the 18th sloka, Aragos Taruno Vagmi Vapumasman Desha Kalavit Loke Purusha Sarajya Sadur Eka Vinirmitaha Arogas Taruno. Arogas Taruno means Roga means disease. Roga means disease. Aroga means diseaseless. Diseaseless. We are all disturbed either physically or mentally. Either one problem will be there for us. Even physically, if you are very good, mentally, he may be physically looking very good. And mentally, this person, you can't even imagine this person has such a problem. I couldn't even imagine. He seemed to be actively running around doing services and always smiling and all those things. You'll be surprised that person has a problem. Mentally is disturbed. It happens. So when Valmiki's aroga means Rama was free of two defects, two disease, physical disease, mental disease. He doesn't have any of this disease. No problem at all. Mentally very strong. Physically, no question about it. Physically also he was very strong. Taruno. Taruno, his word has been used here. Taruna means because of that he was youthful. Even if a person becomes older physically, we are all going to become old one day. Our appearance will change eventually. But then if the person is mentally strong, the youthness is still in that person. Taruno. Taruno Roop. So this Taruno term reminds me of another sloka in Valmiki Ramayana, where Shurpanaka comes. Shurpanaka comes, and then her nose has been cut off, and then she goes and complains to her brothers. You know how she complains to her brothers? She says, these two boys, a young man, she says, say, Prabhu, I come to you and then punch on your face. Just forgive me, punch on your face, and swells you. And then you go and report to the police. Then you say, who did this to you? Police is asking, who did this to you? And you say, that man who was wearing a very clean dress with a white dhoti and the nice, this one, shawl on the top, nicely combed and having a specs, and I'm exaggerating, good to look, which I'm not, but I'm just good to look, very, very charming and very handsome, and his biceps are like this, and his shoulders are broad. That person hit on my face. Will you tell like this to the police? It will be totally the opposite, right? Even if I'm handsome. Yeah. You'll tell the opposite. Ugly looking, that horrible guy, a donkey face, and hair like a monster and tooth like a devil. That guy hit on me. That's what you're going to tell about me, right? To the police. Taruno Rupa Sampanno, Sukumaro Mahabalo, Pundarika, Vishalaksho, Shira Krishnan Jimbaro. This is what Surpanaga tells, complains to her brother, that youth, young looking, beautiful looking, handsome looking, young man. That is how she glorifies those guys cut off my nose. That means anyone who sees Ramachandra, even the enemies, they get attracted to Lord Rama. It happened to Ravana also, by the way, but we'll not get to that point here. Now, we'll move on to the next sloka. Is everything okay? Everyone okay so far? Yes, on the online? You're all still awake?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Now, this is sloka number 90. Satu sreshter guner yuktah prajanam parthivatmatah bahishtra eva prano babhuva gunata priyah. Rama was not only dear to, for me, I am dear to my mother. Right? For you, you are dear to your family, your brother, your sister. Husband may be dear to wife, wife may be dear to husband, children may be dear to their parents. It's natural, these things are. But a person being dear to everyone is very, very rare. Even among devotees, a nice first-class devotee, there will be one or two people talking bad about this person. Yes or no? Yes. Very high-class devotee, we know this person is so nice, but you will be finding something bad about that person. People are talking, a group of people will be talking about that person. That's how the world is. We cannot be good to everyone. We cannot get good names with everyone. But Rama was not like that. Everyone were praising Rama. Everyone were dear to Rama. Everyone considered Rama to be their own son. Own son. That means it doesn't happen by itself. I cannot expect that thing to happen to me just automatically. It is because of the activities that I perform. It's because of my character. It's because of my dealings with others. It makes impact to others' life. Again, how much ever we try, we cannot be 100% over there. But Rama was. That is what told in this particular 19th sloka. Rama was Samyak Vidya Vritashan Snato Samyak Vidya Vrita Snato Yatavad Sanga Vedavit. He was very well versed. He was very well versed in all the Vedas, Vedangas, Puranas, everything he was well versed. There's no subject it doesn't know. He's very well versed of it. That's been mentioned about his education. Shreshto Babhuva Bharatagrajaha. The brother of Bharata, it's been mentioned here, the brother of Bharata was very well versed in his education. He was not dropout. Was not dropout. He completed his education very nicely. He was outstanding in his education also. Therefore, we should understand that devotee does not mean that we should not study anything. We do not necessarily have to go to school, and that is materialistic thing. Rama did everything. Rama did the study of Dhanurveda. He read astrology, astronomy. Krishna did also. They went through all the material science, study of material things also. Sometimes we devotees get into the program, oh, that is material thing. That's well, use those things, study well, and use those things in Krishna's service, Rama's service. Rama was outstanding in his education. Dharma kamartha tadvajnah smitiman pratibhanavan laukeke samayarche krita kalpa visharatah. He was he was well versed in dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. He knows the subject matter. He knows exactly what to do on each of these things. What is dharma? How to enjoy the wealth, and how to perform dharma, artha, and kama. How to enjoy what the wealth in a proper dharma has to be performed as per the shastra. And then what we attain, artha, must be used in the service of God as per the shastra. And enjoyment is also needed. For all of us, enjoyment is needed as prescribed by the shastra. As prescribed by the shastra. And ultimately, how to attain moksha. Rama was very well versed about these things. Now, even though he has all these wonderful big qualities, nice qualities, this is the key of another character or quality that he had. That is sloka number 23. Nibratah samvritakaro gupta mantra sahayavan amoha krodha harshascha tyaga samyama kalavit. The Nibratah means even though he has all his wonderful qualities, he was humble. Especially when we have some good qualities, we start meditating about that quality, how nice I have these qualities. We are all supposed to meditate about qualities of Krishna. But what we start meditating is, if someone says, Prabhu, you're so very good in this. And that statement, ringara means, I don't know what the right word, vibrates. It keeps vibrating until I go home. I have been told by this person, you're so good at this one. You're so good at this one. You're so good at this one. And that becomes my identity. That becomes my identity. Very nice. But Rama, it becomes my identity because why? It is not natural. It was acquired. It was God. Therefore, I start appreciating what I have a nice quality. But Rama, it was natural. It's not a big deal for him. It's not a big deal for him. If you go and tell a rich man how rich he is, he's been, for parampara, he's been rich man. To that person, you go and tell, oh, well, you're great rich man. You gave $100 to that person. You gave 100,000. He doesn't care about it. It's just nothing for me because that's how I am. That's my parampara is, my lineage is. So giving this is nothing for me. So he's not flattered by these things, glorification. But if you are a poor man and become a rich man and you give some money to someone and someone glorifies you, that gets into your head. I am also able to give donation to the temple. I am also able to give donation because that's not what you were before. You didn't have money, you are having money, you are giving money, someone is praising you, you become happy. Character is also same thing. If you are naturally having some characters and someone glorifies it, we are not impacted by it. We don't get affected of it. What is the big deal about it, Prabhu? It's okay. We are all supposed to serve the temple. No, you've been serving the temple. If you're already being a servant inside within us, we already feel we are servant of servant of servant. Then someone is telling you're a wonderful servant of Krishna. You're serving. You don't feel anything about it. It's natural. But if you're trying to do something different, then it's artificial. Then we get into that gets into our head. That's where the problem comes when it gets into our head. But Rama was humble. He didn't think anything great about himself at all. Amoha krodha arshaha is when he gets angry or when he awards someone, appreciates someone, and when he gets angry on someone, that will not go waste. If I get angry on someone, telling that, Prabhu, you're not doing this one, it may be of no use to that anger only because that devotee doesn't care anyway. You get angry or don't get angry, I will do what I wanted to do. Therefore, there's no impact of my anger. Make sense? But Rama gets angry, you'll see a result immediately. We don't have much time to go through the stories related to these things, but that's all there in Ramayana. Rama gets angry, you will see a result. And if Rama is getting pleased, again, you will see a result, positive result. That's been told here. Amoham. Amoha means we have Amognam Prabhu. Amoha means that which never get wasted, go in vain. His anger doesn't go in vain. His happiness doesn't go in vain. There will be a result to it. Now, here is an important thing for us. Sloka number 24. Even though Valmiki is glorifying all the beautiful qualities of Rama, now Valmiki says this about Rama. Please listen. Dhrida bhakti, sthira prajno, nasa grahina durvachaha, nistandrir apramartascha, swadosha, this is a point. Swadosha, paradosha, with even though the sloka has each and every word has many things, I'm picking up on only certain important words from the slokas. Okay. The last line says, Swadosha, paradosha, with. Swadosham, paradosha, with. Dosha means what? Dosha, not dosa. Masal dosa, sada dosa, swada dosa, masala, not that dosa. Dosha. Dosha means? Exactly, that's the right word. Faults. Dosha. I have a dosha, not, don't go to the dosha of graha and all those, that's not that dosha. This dosha, this dosha is some faults that I have. I have a fault of eating too much. I have a fault of finding fault in others. These are dosha, right? Now, Valmiki says this important thing that swadosha, Rama knows what swa means, pointing to oneself. His own faults are. Valmiki says this one, swadosha, and then he says paradosha with. With means knower. The Veda comes from the root word with. With means to know. Paradosha with means, what is that? Para means others. Dosha with means he is knower of others' fault. Not only, we are very well versed in dosha paravit. All of us. Swadosha, we are not. We are ajnana. We are ignorant of our dosha. We are jnani of other dosha. Paradosha with we are very good. Swadosha, dosha, I have a dosha. I have a fault. Come on, Prabhu. You're wearing the glass. It all depends on the glass that you wear and see. That's another philosophical thing that we tell to others. If someone says something wrong about us, then what we immediately say, our philosophical thing we say, it all depends on the glass that we wear. If you wear a yellow glass, you see things yellow. If you have a red glass, you will see red. Therefore, it depends on, the fault is, again we tell what? Fault is on you that you are seeing me as the wrong person. But Rama is completely different personality. Swadosha with Swadosha. Swadosha means he knows exactly what its faults are, what its limitations are. He knows it very well. Interesting. And then in this particular, in this verse also, Dhrida Bhakti. Dhrida Bhakti is Dhrida Bhakti. It's not like on Saturday morning, he is very high in his Bhakti. On Sunday morning, goes down. On Janmashtami, his Bhakti is just tears flows from his eyes and everyone gets started falling off because of the whole floor has become wet. His Bhakti is so high on the Janmashtami time, on Ramanavami time. What about others day? Eyes are dry. There's no drop comes from his eyes. Rama Bhakti is Rama's Bhakti, not Rama Bhakti. Rama's Bhakti is Dhrida Bhakti. He was a great devotee. Please understand, he's playing a role as a common man, human. Dhrida Bhakti, his Bhakti was so strong towards the Supreme Lord. Dhrida Bhakti. And then how is he? Sthira Prajnaha. This word should not be an alien to all of us. Sthita Prajnaha. Sthita Prajna Ka Bhasha. In second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna asked to Krishna, because Krishna speaks about Karma Yogi, Jnana Yogi, and then as he was wrapping up that particular chapter, second chapter, summary of the content of Gita, Arjuna asked a question. Krishna, you speak about this person. How does this person walk? How does this person talk? How does this person think? How does this person sit? Who is this Sita Prajna? Sita Prajna Ka Bhasha. That you said, Sita Prajna, who is he? How is he? And an answer Krishna is telling is in the 50, 55, 56, 57, and 58. Four slokas. And 54th sloka is Arjuna's question. And 4 slokas followed by is who the Sita Prajna. It's like 2.54 to 2.58. You can refer to it. And Valmiki says Rama is Sita Prajna. Krishna, he said, who is Sita Prajna? He never said, I am Sita Prajna. Don't you know? Valmiki already told you. He didn't say that. But Rama only spoke what he lived. What he lived. Sometimes we give classes. We speak so high-fi philosophy. How many percentage of that we follow is a big question. Krishna spoke 700 slokas of Bhagavad Gita. Did he follow any of those things? Yeah. Refer to Ramayana. He proved everything by action. Therefore, he can speak. He spoke. It's 8:44. We can keep on going. So beautiful, so nice. But I want you to get, we can either stop here. We have 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 7, 8 more slokas. I will leave it to you all to study maybe. Anyone wants to add anything or say anything? I want to be conscious of the time. You all must be hungry. Breakfast time. Yes, Prabhu.
You mentioned sloka number 90. What was the quality?
Sloka number 90. I am not Lavakusha to remember the slokas. I'll go back. Dear to all. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's sloka.
Can you please in this sloka?
Sutu Sreter Guner Yuktah Prajanam Partha Vimata Prajata Partha Vimatmatah Bhagishra Eva Pranah Bhabuva Gunatat Priyaha. That means the prince was endowed with excellent auspicious qualities. Because of his good qualities, he became dear to the citizens, like their external. Thanks for bringing this one, because like their external life and for everyone, he becomes so dear. I missed that one. The word says here, Bhagishchara Iva Pranaha. Bhagishchara means Antar Bhagishchara Sarvam Vyapya Narayana Stitaha. Veda says that the Narayana is present inside and outside. In Narsimha prayer also we pay the Lord Narsimha is inside and outside. And like that, Bhagishchara, Bhagis is outside, external. Bhagishcha Eva Pranaha. Prana means the life air, force. So Rama was his external life force for all the citizens of Ayodhya. That particular sloka speaks about that.
One more point is that you mentioned that Rama acted like a human.
No.
He was like Maryada Push. One take up with here. Agree. All these qualities, like he is pleasing to everybody, and he's very Dira Purusha and all these things. Because he is the supreme, it comes naturally.
Yeah.
So you said you delete he being the God, and how it went, we can delete. Delete means we should not link all these qualities because he is God, he is heaven. How we can do?
How do we do what?
We can digest this fact that He's acting like human being and he has all qualities.
Okay.
Because it's Supreme Lord.
So the question is, I'm going to repeat the question so the online people can also, I don't know if they heard or not. The Supreme Lord having these qualities is natural, is not add-ons to him. It's not an add-on, it's naturally present in him. So how about us? Many of these qualities are not add-ons. We have to add on to our list to derive those qualities. We have to do something. Therefore, how do we do this one? How do we understand this one? Therefore, this particular qualities which has been explained by Valmiki in this particular sarga is followed by rest of the sargas and rest of this canto, how that has been exhibited by Lord Ramachandra. He was showing these qualities not in Vaikuntha. Please understand that one. Because there is no chance for him to exhibit compassion in Vaikuntha. Who is he going to show compassion in Vaikuntha? Who is he going to show the nature of humility in Vaikuntha? Where can he show all these qualities over there? There's no way that he can show all these qualities over there. Therefore, only he has to descend as a human to show by action these qualities and exhibits in the Lord. Therefore, to exhibit these qualities, to show the world that these qualities exhibits within him, he has to again not deal with the people of Vaikuntha. He has to deal with the people of this world who are conditioned souls, who are conditioned by karma and vasanas. Therefore, the qualities can be highlighted, brings up. Therefore, by reading Ramayana, he dealt with Sugriva like this. He dealt with Ravana like this. He dealt with Vali like this. He dealt with his wife like this, with his brothers like this, with his father like this, with his mother like this. Then we also have father, mother, brother, enemies, sister, uncle, aunt, friends. How do you deal? Rama dealt and showed the character. Follow that. Makes sense?
That is somewhere the inherent feeling is that he's the Lord. So he definitely has these qualities. And he is putting up a show on this planet so that how we have to deal with our relatives.
Yeah, yeah. For our benefit, for our benefit. But one thing is that what you said, I just want to reflect on. He's just putting a show, maybe a too high end degree of word to term to tell that he's not putting a show. Naturally, he does all these things. And you are not you. I have to put a show on certain, bringing up certain qualities that Prabhu understand that I have that quality. I have to show him that I have that quality. You have to see me so I can prove myself that I have that quality. Rama, natural. But your point is, by following those things, we can also develop that qualities. Okay, any other? Yes. Yes. Yeah, it's a collection.
It's a collection of this.
Buddha Kaushika Rishi. Kaushika Rishi has composed Rama Rakshastra Stotram. That also has slokas from Valmiki Ramayana. It also has, along with what he has. Yeah.
I would like to share.
Yeah.
1990.
If you're going to share, can you please come forward so people can hear over here? Or you can turn on your link and hold the phone so they can also hear. Because I cannot repeat your sharing, your realization. It's going to be tough. Meanwhile, is anyone on the online has any questions or anything to add?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu. Prabhu, I had a question on verse number 24. You can hear?
Yes, I can hear and I'm right on that sloka.
Prabhu, about the Swadosa and Paradosa. So first of all...
Hold on 1 second. Only. Go ahead, Prabhu. Paradosha.
Yes, Prabhu. So for Swadosa, since Rama is the Supreme Lord, so what could be his dosas or what could be his limitations? The first question. And second, Paradosa. So we say that God is Adosadarshi, right? He doesn't see the fault in others. So how can he see the fault in others?
The second one is easy. He's playing a role of a Kshatriya. Please understand, he is not playing a role as a supreme personality of Godhead. He's playing as a role of a Kshatriya. A person who is in a leadership role, they also have to see the faults so that they can improve the situation. There's nothing wrong in seeing fault in that sense, but not to take advantage of seeing someone else faults and give hard time to them. That's not the intention. To correct the people, I know the president has to do, the prime minister has to do, the king has to do, anyone in the leadership position. As a parent, we also have to see the faults of our children and correct them. Right? Because they are our children does not mean that I only show my love to my children. I should not see any faults in them. Well, that's not going to work. We have to correct them. So is that okay for the second part?
Yeah.
The first part, Swadosha, I am not telling this one. Sita says, Anuman, in this Yuddha Kanda, Hanuman returns back. Hanuman comes there to get Sita back, and then Hanuman says that, my dear mother Sita, now that we won over the battle, give me your permission. I will take a big, huge form and then collect all the 700, 800 Rakshasis who has been torturing you for 10 months. I'll capture them all into my hands and squeeze them into juice. That means what? Torture them and kill them.
Oh.
Hanuman says this one. And Sita in response says, Vanara. All this while, Mother Sita was talking with great respect to Hanuman. You are Mahan, you are great, and so forth. After this statement of Hanuman, Mother Sita says, you Vanara, your monkey, you showed your buddhi, means your natural thing, right? Why are you doing this? Who doesn't make mistakes in the world? This is a statement she says. And she says, didn't you make mistake? Didn't I make mistake? And then she goes to the last point. Didn't Rama make a mistake? Rama make a mistake. And Hanuman was in a humble state. He said, no, I'm faulty person. I'm sure I would have made mistake. And could you please elaborate on that? And then Mother Sita said, you speaking like this is a mistake. Anyone who are helpless should be saved and helped. So you making a mistake of having this idea of wanting to torture someone, these Rakshasis who are simply an instrument in the hands of Ravana. Today Ravana was a king. He orders these Rakshasis to torture me. Tomorrow Vibhishna is going to be the king. Vibhishna is going to order these Rakshasis to glorify me. They're going to glorify. They're paid. They do their job based on their pay. Who's paying them? So what's fault in them? But you are mistaken, Hanuman. You are at fault. Then Hanuman asked, that is fine. What Rama's mistake was? Rama's mistake. He said, at the time of marriage, every husband makes a commitment. There's a saptapati called, there's a 7-step one has to take and keep with the wife. That confirms the marriage has happened. Okay. And panigrahanam, and the father-in-law holds the hands of the daughter and give it to the husband. It happens. Those are some of the things happens with them, vivaha, marriage. And the whole procedure of vivaha is that to make a commitment between husband and wife that they stay together forever rest of their life. Go patient Prabhu, don't ask me to book the ticket. Now looking at you, I'm scared whether I should continue or not. You are in a higher state of, wanting to serve Prabhupada's movement in North America. So thank you for coming here, doing a sacrifice.
All this.
Now, Sita said that Rama committed to be with me. Where was he for 10 months? 10 months. Where was he? So these are the things that Sita spoke before this incident happened. I'm talking to you, Balbupal. She was just little upset with Lord Ramachandra. She spoke few verses. And now Sita is telling, am I not of fault? And Hanuman was saying, Mother, how can you make faults? How can you talk about, tell you made a mistake? And Sita says, it is a big, please everyone, Mataji is here on the line. Please hear this one. This is in favor of Prabhuji's.
Yes.
Sita says that, to Anya Purusha means to other men, talking about complaining about one's own husband is the biggest fault. I'm going and tell some other man, my husband is like this, my husband did like this, my husband did not get me a birthday gift. He promised me he'll take me to Europe trip this time. He didn't do. You talk about this to another man. What can be more dosha than that? And I'm talking to you, Hanuman. You are a different Purusha. I'm talking to you, complaining about my husband. Didn't I make a mistake? All those things are the mistake. So Rama made a mistake, according to Mother Sita, that he didn't keep up his promise of saving or protecting Sita. This is all again we have to understand in the mode of Leela. Sometimes you don't get into too research oriented into no this that. We have to understand and certain. Does that make sense, Bhupal Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anyone else have anything to share? We have 3 more minutes. We are already past our time, but we have 3 more minutes. Oh, you want to share something? Please go ahead. Gopesh Prabhu has something to share.
In 1994, I was in traveling Sankirtan first party from Juhu. Then we all went to Ayodhya.
Are you all able to hear Gopesh Prabhu?
Not very clearly, Prabhu.
They're not able to hear clearly.
But I raised the volume, Prabhu. You cannot hear me.
Prabhu, one request. If you come from the constitutional position wherever you're sitting, difficult, but please move over here.
Okay.
From there to here.
Okay.
And turn off that.
I put it.
Turn that off. And you can use my laptop to speak.
Hare Krishna, online devotees. 1994, I had been to Ayodhya with our Sankirtan, traveling Sankirtan bus party from Juhu, Bombay, ISKCON Bombay. And 1992, the demolition happened, 6th December. 1994, we went there. We thought we'll go and see Ayodhya temple and so much of, then ABC, BBC, everywhere it was on. So when we went there, we could not see the temple. We could see so many military people around. And they said, who are you and all? They had big scrutiny of all of us. They told, where is your bus? We showed the bus. They checked the bus inside, outside, everything. The bus was parked somewhere outside. And we all went by walk. We 7 devotees. We were in Saffron. And we were going through the cordon of so many security guys, military. And then we said, where is the temple? They said, there's a temple. There's a small temple, very small. It is worth not even a second glance if you go somewhere on the roads. In India, there are so many temples. It's a small temple. There is Ayodhya temple on which the whole fiasco happened. And it was actually, we saw, then next to temple, one lady was washing her utensils pot. We asked, Mataji, what happened? Kya hua? अरे कुछ नहीं पता बेटा, कुछ नहीं, इधर क्या चल रहा है? She doesn't know what is happening, but Ayodhya temple was on the world map. So the idea is, I just want to share the small temple which has no value, except that it's Janmabhoomi of Ramchandra, and all blessings, and somehow it has come up. It's a huge temple. I could not be, when I saw the video of that new temple, I could not believe I was there when there was nothing. This I wanted to share. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, with that said, thank you all staying longer, as always. Appreciate. Sri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki, Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Valmiki Muni ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, all assembled devotees ki, Jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.